talkSPORT understands that West Brom have plans to sack manager Slaven Bilic this morning, and the man who's odds-on to replace him, Sam Allardyce, has pulled out of his duties as a talkSPORT pundit this afternoon. Make of that what you will. What we know is, of course, the club sit 19th in the Premier League after what has been a tough start to the season since their promotion last season. At the beginning of this season, there was uncertainty behind the scenes as financial investment that Bilic wanted failed to materialise. There were players that left the club as well that he was unhappy about. Now, he did get £45 million in the end to spend, but some of that, a large portion of it, I should say, went on the permanent signings of players who had spent the season on loan there last season.
Do you know if it happens? I've got to say, it's a disgrace the way it's been dealt with.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly last night, listening to Slaven Bilic, who clearly and understandably and deservedly was on a high. What was the statistic there? They lost the last 14 or something against City. So his team have worked ever so hard to get a well-earned point and a fantastic point. And he's so right what he says. And Carlton, you know what I mean? You know, the effect that point will have. It's not just the point. It's the attitude of the players. It's the belief, the confidence, everything that goes along with it. And it looks, you know, to all intents and purposes, as if later on this morning that's going to be blasted out the sky again. So I just think if it happens, you know, and clearly we think that it is going to happen, Natalie, I just think it's appalling that everybody knows before Slaven Bilic.
I know for a fact that he will get the defence right, stop leaking goals, and try and move the team forward to consolidate themselves in the Premier League. And he's got the minerals to do that. He's got vast experience at doing that. I'm not sure how the West Brom fans will feel about it, but if you want to stay in the Premier League, there's no one better to go to than Sam Allardyce.
But is that then a stopgap?
Well, if that's what it is, that's what it is.
Right. Until
you can get something that you want to go into better. Like, I don't know. If you look at how West Ham, we done the same at West Ham. We knew that Sam could get us into the Premier League, so he came in. Then he consolidated us in the Premier League. And it did help the club get that stability. And I think that's what West Brom need. They need stability right now instead of sinking.
In terms of the dinosaur comment, you're not happy about that, are you?
That's harsh. I think he's innovative. He's innovative, to be honest.
In what way? What does he do?
He was always looking at the sports science part of stuff. So he's looking at how much the players run, and it did help the team. And he does leave responsibility on his backroom staff to get that right. And he's not the dinosaur everybody thinks he is. He's a forward-thinking fella. And I think that's a bit harsh because I've worked under him and I've seen how he works. And I know that's way off. And he's been in the game a long time, definitely. If you want to call him a dinosaur for that.
But you do think he's evolved?
But he's evolved. He's always evolved. He's always evolved. You can't be in the game for that long and not evolve. It's impossible.